to shred with a deception. This time we're learning Your Lies Wrapped in a Pretty Bow. Not quite sure if it's going to be the like the album track title or whatever, but like, yeah, it'll be on the album. So I think it's a pretty fast one. It's like 180 BPM. So we start off with this guitar, which is alright, so that's the intro, but it's also the pre-chorus as well. So yeah, it goes 7, chug chug on the E, 9, chug chug on the E, and then we got 10 on the A string as well. So, and we don't chug again. We just go back to 9 7 on the A string. So 7 9 10 9 7. So they're on the A, and you're just chugging on the E, and then that's the first time around. And then second time around, instead of going 10 9 7, you just end it on the 9, just let it ring out. And then you go back to the first pattern again. So that ends on the 7, and then there's no more chugging. It just goes 10 on the A string, down to the 9, and then so yeah, you got the up and down strumming on the 10th of the A to the 9th, and then 10 9 7. It's a little confusing, but we put them all together and it sounds like this. I'll just play a little slower so you guys can keep up. So yeah, it's like the first pattern, second pattern, first back to the first pattern again, and then the. So that is the first riff, the intro riff, and it's also the pre-chorus riff, which is good. That's 2 parts of the song done already. After the intro, it goes into the verse riff, which sounds like this. That's the verse riff. It's a little difficult, but yeah, so it just starts off with a power chord on the 5th fret. So we got our first finger, 5th fret of the E string, our ring finger on the 7th fret of the A, and our pinky underneath on the D. I don't know if I use my pinky. I probably don't actually use my pinky. Yeah, so it's just that power chord on the 5th. Yeah, so I'll just do it a little slower. Yeah, we start off with the power chord, chug, 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 and then we use our pinky on the 8th fret of the A string, and then a couple of chugs back on the E with your finger still there, still on the 5th, and then where our ring finger was for the power chord, the 7th of the A, so like that, yeah. So yeah, it goes on the A string. You hit the 8th, then 7th, and then 8 7. But it's like on the 4 and, so it's like they're right back to back. So yeah, slowly it sounds like this. And then we hit the power chord again. So yeah, the second time around, it starts off the same power chord, 8th, 7th, but instead of doing the D, we just hit the power chord on. We slide the power chord from the 5th down to the 6th, and then it goes back to the power chord on the 5th. So I'll just show you the first two together so you can kind of see what it looks like. Back to the first one. Then we do that first pattern again, and then the next time around. So we still hit the power chord on the 5th around for the 4th time. But instead of doing any of those stuff, we our first finger drops down to the 5th fret of the D string, and then we hit the 8th on the A string again. Then we hit the ring finger on the 7th of the A string. Just do a hammer-on pull-off on the 8th. And then we end on the 5th of the A string. So, yeah, it goes first pattern, second pattern, first pattern again, and that last one. So I'll just do them all together real slow so you can see what it sounds like. Back to the first pattern. So that's the first riff, and that just repeats itself. It's a little difficult since it's also played quite fast. It's like 180 BPM this song. So yeah, so we got the first riff, which is which then jumps into this one. And that is the verse riff, which then goes back into that intro riff because it's the pre-chorus riff. So it goes into the pre-chorus, which is the same riff again. So it goes. So yeah, there's not really transition in that. So it's just, yeah, you just play it and then jump straight into that first riff you learnt. So that's all well and good. That's most of the song already. After the pre-chorus, obviously it goes into the chorus. So this time around when it finishes, I'll jump into the chorus and you can see what that sounds like. That chorus one's a little difficult just because you're jumping all over the place, but it is like half time, I think, so it's a lot slower. So we just put our finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, make an E power chord. We hit it open. And then we've still got our finger there, but instead of hitting the top like the 2 strings, we do a pinch harmonic on it. So, still not very good at them, but yeah, pretty much the way to do it, kind of, I guess, is keep your finger there, and then when you're hitting the string, you want to hit it with like this meaty part of your thumb, which makes it. So usually, like, I tighten my grip up on the pick so it's less sticking out, and it's easier just to. I can't get them to squeal very well, but yeah. So that's the first part. I guess if you don't really pinch it harmonic, it still sounds alright. So and then power chord again. Then I use my pinky and my ring finger. So these are the same notes that we're playing here. This verse is just like a slower, heavier version of that, of the pre-chorus. Anyway, this chorus is, yeah. So it is pinky on the 5th fret of the D string, and then ring finger on the 4th fret of the D string. And then back to the E power chord again. Hit a squeal, and then same as what we were doing before, but what you got to do is make a power chord out of it. So it's a power chord on the D string. So you got your first finger on the 5th of the D and your second finger on the 7th of the G. Sounds like that. So very similar to the... We do, yeah, same notes. So it starts on the 5th of the D, slides down to the 4th of the D, back to the 5th, and the 2nd of the D. Not very good at explaining this. Play that together slowly. Back into... That's the chorus. It's a little bit difficult jumping from that squeal into the power chords, but you'll get there eventually. So that is, we've done, yeah, the verse, pre-chorus, and chorus. There is a bridge as well. It sounds like this. Alright, so it's pretty simple. It's just those two things over and over. So it's just a power chord on the 7th fret of the E string, and then we strum that, and then we hit our pinky on the 10th of the A string, and then our ring finger where it already was on the 9th of the A string. Then we slide the power chord down to the 5th fret. Do the same thing, we use our pinky on the 8th, and then our ring finger, which is already on the 7th, stays there, and we hit it. So that's the first time around. Second time around it goes... So similar, so like it's still the power chord, and then you still hit this first two same notes, but then it goes back to the 10th again. So then, yeah, so it goes back to the 10th, 10, 9, down to the 7th, 10, 9, 7th, 9th. So 10, 9, 10, 9, 7, 10, 9, 7, 9, I think. Yeah, so that's it. And then we slide down again, like the power chord down again to the 5th. Same pattern, but we just slow it down, so it's what, 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 7, 5, 8, 7, 5, 7. And yeah, over and over. I'll just play that again, like kind of slow so you can play along. That just goes back into the pre-chorus. That goes into the chorus, and then it ends. It ends on a fade out, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I just remembered though that in the bridge, which is the same verse as it's the same riff as the verse riff. But in the bridge version where the message bank, like the message recording is there. So there's another guitar with a different effect on it going like this. So it's just harmonizing with it on the 5th of it, right? So that is, the first note is on the 7th of the A string. and then we are on 10-9 of the D string, and then 10-9 again, back to the 7th of the A, 10-9, and then 8 on the A string, back to the 7th on the A, 10-9, 10-9, and then back to the 7th on the A, and then we go. Yeah, so that is on the G string, 7th fret of the G string, and then the 10th fret of the D string, and then we hit the 9th of the D, hammer on, pull off on the 10th, landing back on the 7th of the D string. So it's all the same as this riff, right? It's all the same, it's just pushed down and slid over a couple of frets, but we're not doing power chords, we're just going, instead of going, we just let it ring. So yeah, it harmonizes with it. It's the same patterns, just down a string and across a couple of frets. If that helps you learn it. Otherwise, just go by the frets I said. And that only gets played in the bridge. Probably should have played it a bit more often, but that's how it is. I think that's all the parts. We got pre-chorus, which is the intro as well, to the verse, to the pre-chorus, to chorus, back to verse, back to pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, which is the verse riff with that fancy part over it. That's not a bridge actually, because I got a bridge. That is I don't know, it's where a solo should have been really. And then we got the actual bridge, which goes back into the pre-chorus and then into the chorus. So that's all the parts. I don't think I taught this one very well. I'm sorry about that. Alright, so I've decided to add the solo back into this song. I'd took it out, put vocals over it, but now it's got the same vocals and it's also got the solo behind it because I found a demo and listened to it and thought it sounded really good, so I decided to put it back in. So it goes like this. We got the it plays over the verse riff, which is this. So it plays over that. Sounds like this. The second half is this. Anyway, so I'll go through that and I'll teach you the first half, which is usually I start with my middle finger on the 12th fret of the D string. And you hit it and slide it up to the 15th fret of the D string. And then use your pointer on the 14th. And you just go between 15 and 14. So 15, 14, 15, 14, 15, 14. And then back to 12. 12, 14, 15. So together that sounds like. And then we go to 17th fret on the D string. And that's just between 17 and 15. And that is 17, 15, 14 on the G string. So that second part sounds like. And then we just do the same, you know how the verse riff goes like. here. So that is and then on the G string we hit 12, and then 15 on the D. We hit 14, and then we do a hammer off pull off on the 15, and then 12 on the D. Play that together, it just sounds like this. Alright, that's that. So the second part of the solo goes like this. It's the little first part. So we've got our first finger on the 17th fret of the D string. Then we go up to 19th. Then 20th. Back to 19th. And then 17, 19, 20. So I just hit the string once and then go. Just tap onto the next ones. So that sounds like. So yeah, the second part we down onto the G string on the 17th. So same fret, 17, 19, 20. This is all on the G string. So if we do that one, we go back to the, go down the fret to the 19th, 17, 20, and on the 19th. So that sounds like this. And then the last little part is, so yeah, it goes 17, it goes 20, 19, 17, 19, 17, 15, 17, 15 again, 14, and then 12. Like that. And then it just ends on the same thing as the other half ended on. So we'll play that together pretty slowly. Like that. We'll just play through the whole thing at like an alright speed. So yeah, that's the solo. I suck at teaching solos. But yeah, these parts line up with that part. So because I recorded the rest of the lesson a while ago, I think I taught how to do the other part. So where there is that solo now, there was just another part that was going, just hitting the notes. That's still there. I didn't record that. I have to record it again. But yeah, that's still there. So that sounds good. And they're both playing at the same time. Mixing wise, I've got that simple one in both ears, one on either side lower, and then the solo in the middle. And then we've got the voice machine and then the message being left, going over it all. So yeah, that should be everything I need. Doesn't really matter for you guys if I need to record it again, it's going to be there for you anyway. So yeah, that's all good, and I will catch you in the next one. Rock on, I guess.
The person you are calling is not available. Please leave a short message.
Hey, said to keep it short, so I'm going to try and keep it short, but I'm just like wondering, why?